there's clearly a lot more tenants, we call them residents, tenants in Cook County than there is housing providers, right? So the intended use of this ordinance is to put more framework around how the housing providers do things. But are you saying kind of the consequences of maybe side effects of this is going to ultimately be bear the brunt by the actual tenants?
Absolutely. So here's an example. Late fees in this ordinance are capped at $10. That is, I can see their motivation for that. I think that high late fees are ridiculous myself. I personally agree that late fees should not be so imposing and add up so badly on tenants. We hardly ever impose a late fee, but when we do, it's because we're way down the road in the late payment problem, and we need a big incentive, and that's how we use our late fees. But it's very rare. Our tenants are great. Generally, they pay, by the 6th, even though that's late, that's fine. So we're very reasonable. I mean, we're not looking to make money through late fees. And I just think capping that at $10, it ties my hands. And there are so many things about this. I can't be as reasonable under this ordinance as I can be without it.
Neighbors renting to neighbors is kind of the underlining message that, I try to, I've been talking to people, a lot of the people that I talk to or you deal with or our clients, they're not East Coast REITs using Wall Street money. They're everyday landlords that have.
I don't know anyone like that.
Yeah, no. So there's a lot of realness of that concept of neighbors rent to neighbors, and you're able to. So I guess you gave a great example there as how a neighbor trying to rent to a neighbor, their hands get tied by having to follow some of this or having to cover their butts as far as risk goes. Right? Is that kind of what?
Yeah, and that's a small example. There are a lot bigger examples of that in this ordinance, particularly as it's written now. They're just, I think it needs more than a tweak because it's poorly written. But if they changed just 4 or 5 things and made them more reasonable, then I might keep my buildings in Cook County.
Yeah, I think you bring a very valid point there. I don't think anybody in my circles are saying, hey, throw this out completely or try to fight against it. Not that saying we have the ability to do that, but make some tweaks and hear what the true street level concerns are. And we go from there.